this is Nuki. In today's Hatha class, I am going to be guiding you through a few asanas that's going to be tackling keeping your spine healthy as well as mobilizing through your hip joints. So we're going to be toggling between spinal movements as well as hip opening poses that I'm sure you're going to like. Let's come and meet on the mat, everyone. Let's come and meet in a comfortable seat, everyone. And just start to settle into a comfortable position. Perhaps placing your left hand on your heart and the right hand on your lower belly space. And start to feel your breath moving in a 3-part rhythm. So noticing how the chest begins to rise first, followed by the lower belly space as you inhale. And as you exhale, belly goes in and softens, and so does the heart space. Just allow your breath to find its own natural rhythm. Let's join the hands to the center of the heart. Take a moment to set out your intention for your practice today. Perhaps it may be something that resonates deeply with you. When you're ready, let's come and meet in child's pose. So if the glutes don't sink down to the heels, I like to bring my knees a little bit wider apart so my glutes can really start to fully rest to the heels. This is a posture that you can enter any time throughout today's practice whenever you feel you need a bit of a break. Good. And then let's start to shift the weight forwards. So come and lie on your belly as you move forwards. And we're going to push and extend the arms. Come into your upward facing dog. Maybe rocking the hips from side to side. And try and pull the wings of your shoulder blades together. Create big distance between shoulders and the ears rather than sinking down there. Good. Expand through the chest and keep your breath long. Breathing in. And as you exhale, take a wide child's pose. Let's sink back, extend the arms. Bend the elbows and snuggle the elbows close towards the ears as you bring the palms in prayer to rest behind the neck. Opening through your triceps for a moment here. Let's release the hands down and make your way into a tabletop position. Lower the chest and the chin forwards. Coming up to cobra. Bring your hands in front of your chest. Use your lower back muscles and lift your hands off the floor. You need to feel this invisible force resting directly underneath the palms of your hands. Breathing in, extend through the shoulder blades. Very good. And exhale. Let's straighten the arms and take it back straight away into downward facing dog. Let's pedal out the feet, so draw one heel down and lift the other heel up. So in downward facing dog, remember it's like inverted V shape. Your hands are spread shoulder width apart. Index, middle finger pointing forwards, and your feet can either be together or hip distance apart. Let's bring both our heels together and point the toes out to 10 and 1. Lift your right leg up to the sky. Most important is to draw your left heel down to the mat. Now bend the right knee over and across, opening through the hip. Option 1, stay here. Option 2, we're going to come into a little bit of a balance. So come up onto your 5 fingertips on the left hand. Walk it to the middle, or maybe you can grab hold of the top foot. When you grab hold of the foot, start pulling your hips all the way up to the sky. Remember, if you're wobbling here, the little secret is to draw the heel down to the floor. Let's step the right foot forwards, coming into your lizard pose. Rocking backwards and forwards. Hands are on the inside of the right foot. Maybe you can lower down onto the forearms and come a little bit deeper into this hip stretch. You may lower down the back knee as well if that feels more comfortable for you today. And try and think about keeping your right knee close to your right shoulder. This is called lizard pose. Beautiful, everyone. Place the palms on the floor, left hand out. Now spin onto the edge of the right foot and right hand pushes to the outside of the thigh. So you're getting a nice glute stretch here. Option 1, just stay here. Option 2, maybe you want to add a quad stretch. So then reach for your back foot and pull the heel in towards your glutes. Remember to try and rest on the flesh of the quad rather than the kneecap, then it won't feel so painful on your knee. Let's release the pose, everyone, and we're going to step straight back into a downward facing dog. Heels coming down to the earth. If you find this difficult, then bend your knees. That's absolutely not a problem. One day, heels will come down to the floor. Good. From here, let's bring the left foot up towards the sky now. So make sure your right heel is pointing inwards and the right toes are pointing out to 1 o'clock. Split the legs and then start to bend your left knee so you're opening up through your hip flexor. Maybe balance on your 5 fingertips on the right hand. Maybe grab hold of the top foot. Don't stop there, everyone. You're really starting to pull the foot into the palms of the hands, so stretching through your hips. Very good. Place the right hand down and quietly step the left foot to the outside of the left hand. Come into your lizard pose. Shift the weight backwards and forwards. Maybe you wish to lower down onto the forearms. Maybe you wish to lower the back knee down to the mat. So like a lizard, your tail is very long and it's like you're on the prowl, so you're keeping your gaze forwards. Such a great pose to stretch your hamstrings and the quads and the hips. Place your right hand out and spin onto the edge of the left foot. Take your left hand and press into the inner thigh, so push your thigh away. This may be enough for you. It's already such a deep stretch. Maybe if you're feeling open and you want to stretch your quad, you can start to pull the foot in using your left hand. You can be on your right palm or you can lower down onto the right forearm as well. That's entirely up to you. Good, everyone. Let's break the pose now. And we're going to step back into Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Make sure your alignment is accurate here. So fingers spread wide on the mat, shoulder width apart. And lift your sitting bones high up into the sky. Beautiful, guys. Deep breath in. And deep breath out. Let's come down onto the knees and sit back into Balasana, your child's pose. Won't stay here for too long. We're going to push back up into your Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, up dog. Tuck your back toes and maybe lift your thighs, rock forwards and backwards here. Very good, guys. And then we're going to take it straight back into downward facing dog. Deep breaths in through the nose and out. Let's bring our right foot forwards and lower the back knee. Interlace your fingers and lay them on top of your right thigh. Just pulse up and down here. Nice and gentle little pulsations. You can choose to stay here, or you can interlace your fingers. So I call this Kali Mudra. It's where your index finger is pointing down and you interlace all the other fingers, including the thumbs. Most important here is not so much the hand mudra gesture, but that you're drawing your shoulder blades together and lifting your chest up to the sky. So you should start to feel your spine lengthening. Good. And then let's break the pose and come and sit back onto your left heel. Extend your right foot forwards and keep both your hands either on fingertips or, if you can, lower the palms down to the floor. To feel more of a hamstring stretch, think about flexing your right toe, so keep your toenails pointed towards you. Beautiful, guys. Just take a few breaths here. Concentrate on lengthening your hamstrings. Let's rebend into the right knee. Hands on top of the thighs again. Option 1, stay here. Option 2, bend your back knee and your left hand starts to reach for the foot. Pull the heel inwards towards the glute. So this is going to start to prepare you for some of the deeper back bends. So one we can take today is called mermaid. You put the foot into the crease of the elbow and then you start to take your bind. So if you can't reach your fingers, then use a strap or a little tea towel. That's going to be very beneficial for you here. Keep rotating your chest forwards as much as possible. And breathe. Let's break the pose. Left hand down to the floor and reach your right arm up for a closed twist. Keep sinking down into that right hip. If this is too challenging, you can drop the bottom knee on the floor. Beautiful, guys. Take a few more breaths here. Break the pose, palms down. Let's step it straight back into downward facing dog. Maybe pulsing up and down so that one day the crown of the head can land itself on the mat. Lengthening the spine. Let's bring our left foot forwards now. Lower the right knee, untuck the toes. Hands on top of your left thigh. Come into Anjaneyasana, low lunge. Interlace your fingers into Kali Mudra. Maybe this time see whether your index finger can touch the floor. Keep drawing the shoulder blades back. Prioritize this deep opening through your spine. Breathing here as you sink through the hips simultaneously. Break the pose, everyone. Come and sit back onto the right heel and extend your left leg forwards. You can be high or you can be low. But remember, the objective of this asana is to stretch your left hamstring. So flex the toes, point the toes inwards, and keep extending and folding across your left thigh. Deep breaths in. And as you exhale, let's come forwards. Coming into either Anjaneyasana again, or if you want to include a quad stretch, right hand grabs hold of the back heel, pull it inwards and guide the heel towards your glute. Take a couple of pulses here. Then when you feel ready, maybe the toes can slip into the crease of your right elbow. Option 1, stay here. Option 2, reach your left hand back and see if you can reach for your fingertips. So this is a version of what we call mermaid pose. One step just before Ekapada Rajakapotanasana, which is a one-leg king pigeon posture. Good work, everyone. Let's release very slowly. Right hand on the floor, back knee on or off the mat. Start to reach your left arm high as you can for this closed twist position. Feeling this deep rotation around your torso, the central axis. Clean lines as your left hand stacks directly above the right. Breathing in. Hands touch down. Let's step it back into Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Good. Just take a moment to observe any differences that you may feel in your body. Lower down onto the knees. And let's come and sit back into Anahatasana this time. So this is different to child's pose because your glutes are lifted up to the sky and your spine is arching. So it's moving into extension. See if you can lower the chest and the chin down. If it's impossible, don't worry. Palms, forearms, and slowly start to work as you lower the heart down onto the ground. This is such a beautiful restorative back bend. So remember this one. It's a great one to practice even before bedtime, I think. Alright guys, now let's take it back into child's pose. Maybe reach your arms back this time. And just settle spine into complete flexion. Nice, relaxing, comfortable child's pose. Let's come into a comfortable seated position as you extend your legs forwards. Bend your left knee and start to cradle the knee in your hands. If this is easy, then put the foot and the knee into the creases of the elbow. And imagine as though you're rocking a little baby. You want to rock the knee from side to side. And then stay in a comfortable position, close the eyes, and just enjoy this glute and hip stretch. This is an important prerequisite for the next posture we're about to try and come into. Good work, everyone. Now, we're going to release the leg. Right hand holds onto the right foot. Imagine you're pulling an arrow backwards. So pull the knee back, backwards, and forwards. Do this 5 times. And then on your 5th time, you're just going to hold it here. Hold, hold, hold. Getting ready for compass pose. So right hand holds the edge of the left foot. Slip your left hand on the floor and use your tricep to block the thigh. Start to extend the leg all the way up and send your gaze past your right shoulder. Now everyone can come into this pose. Even if you cannot reach your foot, take a strap. So loop a tea towel or yoga strap around your foot. Then this pose will be accessible to everyone. Good. Now place the foot into the crease of the inner thigh. Reach the arms up. Let's fold across our extended leg, so coming into head to knee pose, Janu Shirsasana. Fold your chest down across the extended leg. Try and habituate yourself every time you're doing some sort of forward fold, so any hamstring stretch, keep your toes flexed, so toenails pointing inwards. It's a good habit to remind yourself of. Beautiful, guys. Let's make our way to the other side. So start to cradle with hands or elbows, the right knee this time. Opening through the hips. Sit up nice and tall. If this feels uncomfortable, remember, come and sit up on something, a cushion or a little bolster. Now your right hand is going to hold on to the edge of the foot as you place your left hand on the floor behind you. You're pulling your arrow backwards. So another way of looking at it is oiling a really rusty part of your bike or car. It's kind of one way I like to think about our hips. We're oiling this joint. Now loop your strap around the foot or just grab hold of the foot. Right hand on the floor. Start to extend the foot all the way up. Point, 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 and then look underneath the armpit. Nice little side body stretch for you here. You're holding on to the strap if you cannot reach the foot. Give yourself some leeway here. Good work, everyone. And break the pose. Sole of the foot to the inside of the inner thigh. Reach the arms up, lengthen, and fold across that extended leg. Janu Shirasana, head to knee pose. Relax your breath, calm the body, calm the mind. Let's slowly lift back up. Bend your knees and let's come and sit on our back here. Now I'd like you to hug the knees into the chest and start to draw a few circles outwards with the knees. So we're pulling the knees into the chest but also circling through the hip joint. Place the feet down, hands down to the earth. Lift your lower back, middle back, upper back, and exhale, lower it back down. Inhale, lifting all the way up, chin to chest. Exhale, take it down, relax. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, coming down. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, lowering down. This time, inhale, reaching up. Interlace your fingers, walk the shoulder blades together and see if you can lift a little higher. You want to be engaging your thighs and your bum as much as you are your lower and middle back. Press the feet into the earth, breathing here in bridge pose. Release the hands, hug the knees into the chest, take a few gentle rocks from left to right. Massaging out the lower back, letting go of any remaining tension that you might be holding on to. Very good. And then let's release the soles of the feet down. We're now prepping for wheel pose, so hands on the earth. One big breath, you're going to lift all the way up, push into the hands. Then come up onto your tiptoes and see if you can walk your hands to your feet or your feet to your hands. So you're trying to tighten up the wheel. If this is too difficult, stay with the bridge pose that we did before. So there's always options for everyone. Very good, guys. Lifting the chest, breathe. And come down whenever you've had enough. Hug the knees into the chest again. And take a few gentle rocks from right to left. Let's come into happy baby pose. So bring your hands to hold the edges of the feet. Now you can stay still or you can choose to rock from left to right again. This is also a wonderful way to opening up your hip joints, Try and keep the soles of the feet directly above the knees. Break the pose, bring the soles of the feet together and have your knees butterflied out to the sides. Reach your arms back and just settle in this wonderful restorative pose of Supta Baddha Konasana, your reclined bound angle. If you have two cushions or blocks, feel free to place them underneath the outer edges of your thigh to support. Stay here for a few comfortable breaths. Draw the knees back in and let's come to lie on our back in Shavasana, everyone. In Shavasana, your feet are hip distance apart and your hands are right next to your hips, palms facing upwards. There is nothing left for you to do except to remain completely still, to restore the body. Wind down and just be absolutely still. When you feel ready, start to move your fingers and the toes, maybe rocking the neck from side to side. Hug the knees into the chest, give yourself the big squeeze or lengthen the arms over the head. Just do what you need to do to come back into this precious space that you're in. Come and lie on the right side, everyone, and just take a moment here in this semi-fetal position. When you feel ready, just lift yourself back up to a comfortable seat. Keep the eyes closed as much as possible and just stay gazing inwards just for a couple more moments. Tune into the body and notice how you are feeling now. Slowly joining the hands to the center of the heart, let us dedicate the fruits of our practice towards the happiness of all living beings. Hands to the top of the head, the forehead, and the heart. May our actions be in harmony with kindness and compassion always. Namaste.
Hi everyone, thank you so much for joining us in today's practice. Nuki and I hope that you have enjoyed the class. Please make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel for weekly yoga and meditation classes delivered directly to your inbox. In the meantime, stay safe, keep a happy mind and a happy heart. Namaste.